This is a short video demonstration of ProgrammExpress, the cloud-based portfolio and program tracking solution, specifically for the Tanmiah food group. Each of our clients has their own database. This is purely a demo, but we have set up the corporate logo and color palettes specifically for Tanmiah. So I'm going to show you how to access ProgrammExpress as an administrator, and you can be an administrator, a write access, or a read-only user. The administrator can see all the projects and can see all the modules. Other users may have restricted access, which I will show you. It takes us to a home screen where we can open up our portfolio, purely demonstration structure, and as part of the configuration you would develop your own portfolio of activity. Opening up the projects within programs within the portfolio on the home screen, it gives us a dashboard of the health of each of the projects using the red, amber, green theme, and it will show us the health across the modules. The modules here on the home screen shown as icons, but better described through the updates tab. There's commentary through to plan, resources, costs, benefit management, impact management, risk registers, and issues, action logs, etc. So from this screen you can make updates if you so wish. You can view, you can remove the greens and ambers if you just want to highlight and drill down into the reds, or you can set the filters back. You could also run reports from this screen. The whole idea of ProgrammExpress is that everybody makes their updates within ProgrammExpress, and then, assuming everybody has, we can then very quickly run some consolidated, aggregated reports across the whole portfolio. I'll start off with the RAG status report, our bread and butter report. So automatically, no need for manual Excel format. Well, it's in PDF, but looks like an Excel. A summary of each of the projects, some columns of information, some dashboards, some planning information, and the commentary information that the users will have updated. Another example would be potentially a Gantt chart report, which pulls out the plan for every single project within the portfolio. So there would be a typical example of the Gantt chart showing all the projects, and we use here the red, amber, green theme for the tasks. Amber meaning it's forecasting to be later than expected, red meaning it's missed, and green meaning it's on track, grey meaning it's completed. A couple of examples of how quickly you can produce a portfolio view of reports, and you could indeed run all these reports at any level of the tree or the structure. Now, the experience for the user will be slightly less cluttered, in that if I log on as a write access user and I've been given access to just the projects that I'm expected to update, then it will take us in for the read access. I've been given read access to the whole portfolio, as we saw before, but with a restricted number of modules. And then if I go to toggle to the write access, it shows these are the expectations. It's more likely that it's 1 or 2 per person, but in this case I've got 6 projects to update, and then I would just go through each of the screens, updating the commentary, updating the plan, updating the costs, risks, logs, etc. So a very quick way of making updates to the specific projects. And then what I can do from there is start to run some reports against the project that I've updated, just to make sure the data looks right within those reports. So here I would go into my reports and reports that I've set up. I've just updated that project, so I'm going to run the 1-page overview, and this is a Word style report against a specific project. So you report against project or programs and portfolios, but here, warehouse management system, this is the update I've made, this is what the plan looks like, some risks, actions, decisions, lessons learned. Or another view might be the one-page summary, plan on a page, sometimes people call it, drops down nicely into a PowerPoint slide. So more of a plan on a page specifically about this project. So the whole idea is simple input by the project manager or the user, powerful output back at the center. So if I log back on as an administrator, I can assume everybody's made their updates. There are plenty of ways of checking whether they have. Won't show them on the demo, but again, I've shown you a couple of reports. I'll show you the one-page summary across the portfolio, and this is reports by project, and this is actually filtered by active projects within the portfolio. So similar type of report, the one I've just shown you, but you'll see we can produce 10 report, or we've got 10 pages of information across all the active projects within the portfolio. So easy to produce multiple project reports as well as program and portfolio reports. Some of the other functionality would be running a resource usage report. So we can allocate resources against the project, and we can forecast what business resources or what resources we're expected to have on the specific portfolio. So we've got people, the projects they're working on, days in the period, when they're over allocated, and it comes out and again in an Excel style format, but all resources are aligned to the plan. So if the plan changes, the resource will change with it. So very simple to use resource forecasting so that you can meet the expectations of resources within each specific department. So that's just a very quick view. I mean, there are other things. There's document management. You can attach documents. You can look at dashboards. There are admin screens where we help configure and make it more bespoke to your business. So, for example, we've updated one of the admin screens to see we have business units. We've got examples of ADC, Desert Hills, and SFPC in there, and that would be part of the configuration. In terms of implementation, ProgrammExpress is a project, and we could run a Gantt chart report against that specific project, ProgrammExpress implementation, and it shows you the steps. So within 48 hours, we could be up and running with the database. That's a bad example, but if I go into the actual reports and run a Gantt chart report against that project, shows us the steps, the high-level steps against the ProgrammExpress implementation, from decision to initiating a database, configuring, training and setting up users. It's about a 1-month process elapsed time before you can start using it or be confident to use it live. So that's just a very quick flavour, something to share with the key stakeholders who would have an interest in the portfolio. And thank you very much for watching.